In this video, I have another t-shirt design tutorial where you can learn how to design a t-shirt like this one right here. Let's go. Thanks for joining me on this video. My name is Juna with Detour Shirts. I've been designing and selling t-shirts online since 2005. If that's something you like to learn how to do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there. So today I wanted to share with you one of my personal designs. I've shared this design on Instagram before and people have asked, how do you make this design? So I'm going to share with you step by step on how I did it. This video may take a little longer, but stay with me. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it in Affinity Designer. You're going to want to stay to the end to see the final product, and of course another edition of Trend Credits where I share with you a trend on Amazon, something that's trending right now on Amazon. So lots to see in this video. Let's get started in Affinity Designer right now. So here we are in Affinity Designer. You can see right here I have it all laid out. This is the design I'm talking about. So we're going to do it in 3 parts because it's a pretty complicated design. First, you have the vintage sunset right here. I'm going to show you how to do that. Next, we're going to talk about this rounded text, or this text on the circle right here in between 2 circles. And then lastly, just this text right here above everything else. This is that script text. I'm going to show you what font I use and how to lay it out and kind of do it like this with the outline, the black outline. So 3 steps. We're going to do it one by one. First thing we're going to talk about is the sunset. So you can go on the internet and go to allsunsets.com and find sunsets like these. You don't actually have to draw one your own, but if you want to draw one on your own and take the time to do that, you can, and I'll show you how to do that. So first you're going to need, let me show you right here. So for my sunset, I'm using these shapes right here, and I'll show you how to do it. But these shapes come from a font, and the font is from Eveleth. So let me show you on my fonts where I got it. So I'm here on myfonts.com. This is the font right here, Eveleth. You can see by Yellow Design Studio. If you have a chance, take a look at Yellow Design Studio. They have a ton of cool fonts. But anyway, this is the one that I'm using. You can see the font as well as some graphics. If I scroll down here, you'll see Eveleth icons and Eveleth shapes. I'm using them from the Eveleth shapes. If you want to take a look at them, you can go here to glyphs, Eveleth shapes, right here, and take a look at that. Really cool shapes, right? And this is a font, so you just type it out and then convert it. And you can see here, I'm going to be using, well, there's a square, there's that circle I'm going to be using. And then just to cut out the circle, I'm going to use one of these things right here. But there you go. So now that I have these 2 shapes, the circle and kind of this, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it kind of right there. Actually, I'm going to copy this 4 times, or however many colors you want. So you can see right here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. I'm going to copy this 5 times. So clicking on that, just hitting Command J 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see in my palette, or my layers palette right here, I have 5 circles. So I'm going to take this first one right here. I'm going to add a bottom to it, just a square bottom to it right here, just so it covers the circle. I'm going to kind of combine these 2. What I really want is just this nice ragged edge. So let me zoom in here. You see that nice ragged edge? That's kind of what I'm going for to cut the circle. So you can do it however many ways you want, but I'm going to do it this way just so you can see that it's pretty easy to do. Taking this here, you know, right about there, and then take this one, make sure that it's at the top. You can see that's at the top, and then click on one of these circles and erase or subtract right here. And you'll see I only have this part now. I actually don't need that bottom part, so I can take out those things. Click on this and select all those dots and take them out. So now I have this top part, and it can be that color, you know, whatever color you want. Let's just take this color right there so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I have that one. Let's put this back here. So after I have this one shape, I'm just going to make more of those shapes, and let me show you how I do that. I'm going to need more of these. So I'm just holding down Option and dragging, right? Click Option, drag. And let's go into it here. I'm going to subtract this part of it. of the circle below, you can see I'm making this space right here, right? So let's do that. And make sure this is on top, so put that on top and this on bottom and subtract. And what I have left is this, right? So I can erase these dots, but I can also cut this one again. So let me do that. So with this here, I'm gonna cut it, you know, right there, okay? So make sure this is on the top and this is below it. And if we do this now, we have that. And let's just erase all these. And then this one will be the other color, like that. And so I'm gonna do this over and over again until I get all these right here. So I'll be back. So let me just breeze through these. I'm gonna do a fast forward so you can see how I got all of them. All right, so here is that vintage sunset that I did with these colors. The next thing I need to do is put in the trees. So you can see these trees. I already had some trees that I'm using on other design. So these are just all vector trees. I'm gonna ungroup them so you can see here. So ungroup them again. So you can see I can just take these trees and put them in the front here. Let's show front. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna group all of this right here. Command G, group, just so I have a sunset right here. So you can see that sunset. So next, I'm gonna put the trees in front of it. It can be anywhere, you know, like this. And because they're vectors, you can scale them down to make them fit. And then take some of the birds or whatever you have, put them in the front, you know, whatever it is. This can be right here. Just have fun with it. All right. You can see it's not exactly the same as that one, but very close. So take everything except for the sunset right here, group this together. You can see like that. So I have now this layer right here are the trees, and this layer here is the sunset. I'm gonna group both of those together. So Command G again. And then in that group, the trees can just be erased from the sunset. So let's just come over here and go down to erase. And there you go. That's how you do the vintage sunset. If you want this bottom part too, you can see that I had the bottom part. You can do that as well and take some of these trees, you know, and put it in there. But that's exactly how you do it. Now it's knocked out. So if you have a black background behind it, right, it just shows right through like that. So that's how you do the sunset. Let's take it to the next level and do the circle. So the next thing we're gonna do are these circles and this text inside the circle. It's really pretty easy. So let's just move this one that I did for you right here. And then all we need is a circle. So we need a couple of circles actually. So let's make sure there's no fill, there's just a stroke. And the stroke is gonna be this color. Just pick that color right there. That light color. It can be whatever color you want, right? We're just showing you how to do it. And make sure that the stroke is big enough that you can see. So I'm doing mine in this example at 1 point, I think, yeah. This is 1 point. And then, you know, you can just size it right here. If you want to make sure that this circle is right in the center, you can do this. Kind of measure this circle right here and draw some guides. You know, drag it from the ruler here. Make sure it's right in the center there. So you can also hold down Shift for a circle. So Shift, make sure that it's straight. So come out, you know, as much as you want. You can see I'm leaving a little gap here. So There's that. And make sure, you know, you got some gap here. If you want to just like freehand it, you can. Come back into the panel right here and make sure that it's a perfect circle. You can see I'm a little off because I didn't hold down shift. So it's 254. There, like that. So now that's a circle, perfect circle, right? And then you can move it. So the next thing we want to do is this bigger circle right there. So same thing, you can just copy and paste, or you can do Command J, right? Let me go back into the layer so you can see it. Command J right here, you can see the next circle, and I'm just holding down shift and making sure that it's that far out. So something like that, and we can adjust it after. So the next thing I want to do is take this circle, this small circle, hit Command J again, and this is going to be where we type our text. So if we do our text, you can see the font I'm going to use is Draft Natural F Bold, and I'll show you that. You can get this font from myfonts.com. Again, it's another one of those Yellow Studio designs. It's a really good font, so I'll have a link to it in the description there. But here, we'll just go to this text tool right here, and when you go over this circle, you'll see that it turns into a different thing, right? It's an A first, and then it turns into a T with a squiggly line. Wait till you hit that T with a squiggly line, and then click on your mouse, click, and then you can start typing positive, and you can see it's backwards now, so sometimes that happens. You can just flip it right here. So this is reverse the text path. Now it's on the top. Let me show you in white so we can see it. Whoops, white here. You can see it right there. I'm gonna move this is like the start and stop of it, these triangles. So we're gonna move it when we need it. So positive, let's type it out first. Mind, positive vibes. All right, so you can see it's not exactly like this. So the way that you do this is, first of all, you can move the baseline. So the baseline is right here. You can move it below the line or above the line. So I'm doing a little above the line, and then I'm doing it, I'm also playing with the spacing in between the letters. So the way you do that is hold down Option and hit forward arrow, and you can see I can just do that, right? And just get it to a place where you want it. You're gonna see that if you pass this arrow, it's gonna go underneath. So just pull this arrow back down, pull this arrow down here. I'm kind of starting right here, you can see, and then ending right here. So just kind of hit that until you get to a good point where you want it to be, right there. And I want a space in between the two words, so I can do the same thing. I can add space by hitting the space bar. Space, space. All right, that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna bring this down a little bit more. And if you want to center it, you can see I'm having it left justified, but if you center it, you'll center it right there. Now I'm going to need to make my circle a little bigger. So I'm just grab the outside circle, hold down shift, hold down shift. And there you go. And I'm using veneer here, that's why it looks different. So let's go to draft, what did I say? Draft Natural F, right? Bold. So draft Natural F and bold. Oh, and I need to do it in all capital letters. So holding down cap lock, positive mind, put a couple spaces there, positive vibes. Looks like I'm going over. Let me make it, take down the space a little bit. There we go. Right? See how that looks like? Hey, that's pretty good. And if you want to make it even more, you can play around with the spacing, right? Make the circle a little bigger. Maybe play with the baseline a little bit. Like that. So there you go. Positive mind, positive vibes, kind of like that. If you want to bring it in, I think I made it a little closer, right? You can hold down Option and go arrow left and kind of bring it in. So whatever you want to do, just play with that. that's looking good. So the last thing I'm going to show you is this right here, this cursive script. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is this text right here, positive life. It's just in script. The font I'm using is Air Rate Script. Surprise, surprise, you can find this on myfonts.com as well. I'll put a link in the description in my video to that. But this one is not by Yellow Design Studio, but it is a cool font too. So I'm just going to take this. You can see it is a live text right here. So I'm just going to start typing in positive, upper lowercase, positive, right? And then life separately, so we can do those separately. And just put it in here. So this one's going to be white. So I'll just do white. Make sure it's at the top so you can see it. I'm just going to turn it, so you can turn it with these handles right here and make it bigger, holding down shift, you know, just like that. Put it where you want. All right, and then the next one is life. I'm going to bring that to the front and color it this kind of muted red pink color and hold down shift. Okay, I had life right here. Oh, one of the cool things is this E right here kind of goes out like that, and this T. So those are just glyphs. So if I go here and go to my glyphs palette, I'm gonna look for an E that does that. Let's see. You can see, I'm gonna zoom in here so you can see it, but there's the E. So just click on that E. And then the T, highlight the T and look for the T that does the kind of all the way around. Oh, here it is. T right there. So this is a cool font that has those kind of things, those extra, I don't know. They're not ligatures. Are they ligatures? I'm not sure what they're called, but I should. So you can see right here, kind of gives that. So the last thing we're missing is the black outline around it. So I'm going to copy these. You can see there are two right here. And I'll just Command J. So now I have one on the top. I'm just going to name this Positive Life Top. And let's see. This one, Positive Life Bottom. Whoops. Oh, and then these right here is Life Top. I guess it's not Positive Life, it's just Positive Life Bottom. Anyway, just so you can keep it straight. So on the bottom one of Life, we're going to put a black outline right here. You can see currently it doesn't have an outline. I'm just going to make it a different color so that you can see it on the black. So I'm making it this kind of teal color stroke. You can see I can make it like that big. Let's zoom back out and show you how big I made it. Yeah, whoops. Yeah, so that's about right, right? If I made that black. So let's do that black instead. Boom. And then this one right here is the bottom one. So let's do the same thing with black now that we know that it'll work. And take the stroke up. There you go. Just like that. Pretty cool, right? Now if you want to take those to the next level, because what's happening here is you can see it's black right there. So that's not going to do well on a t-shirt. You're going to want to knock it out. So I'll show you a real easy way to do this. So select all of these right here. Make sure that it's in a group. So you can see here, this is my group. If I turn it on and off, it's right there. So we're going to take everything but the top two and group it like this. So you can see just the text is not grouped. And inside that group here, we're going to make these two a group, lots of grouping. And we're going to make that group erase, right? So now when I take this background out, ta-da! So what that means, I can change the background. Right now I have it black, but if I want to do it red, let's see. It should work on a t-shirt, right? See that? It's really cool, right? So that is it for this video. Hopefully that was a lot easier than you thought. Go back and watch it and see, but you can see I did the outlines here. I showed you how to do text on a path, on a circle, and I showed you how to do the sunset. Again, you can do the sunset with just all sunsets. You can do that right there, but you can want to build your own, make it custom. Change the words out. Don't copy this exactly. Of course, this is my design that I have on selling on Amazon. So I am sharing my own designs too, and not just showing other people's designs. But you can see, you can do it yourself. Come up with your own words. Maybe do a city. I mean, you know, this could be Cancun or Puerto Vallarta or something like that. It could be really cool if it's like a beach scene or something like that. Just some ideas. So thanks so much for watching this video. Hopefully it was really helpful for you, and now you can do one of these on your own. And your reward for staying all the way to the end is another edition of Trend Credits. Thanks for joining me for this trend credit. Here is your trend SPED squad or SPED squad. I think it stands for special education, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see here, oh, right here, special education teacher. So take a look at these BSRs, super low, right? Very good, trending right now as we're getting back into school. I mean, coming up for back to school. Not yet, we still have some summer. But take a look at these, some ideas. Don't copy these, do your own version, but you can see I'm just showing you that these are trending right now. These are selling. Take a look at Merchant Former. It is getting an A, so you know it's good. Take a look at these Speducator, 33 sales, 23 sales, Sped Squad. You know, you can check. Merchant Former is great. You can take a look at that. So here is the trend again, Sped Squad. Now I took the liberty to look at all the low BSRs and add them up and get the average. So I taken the 10 lowest BSRs on this page and I gave it a score of a B+. So this trend right here is getting a B+. It's a pretty good trend, so not a A+ trend, but you can see very low BSRs. This is something I would personally do myself, so that's why I share it with you. So have fun with this one. This is your trend for this video. SPED squad, special education squad. That is it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this video was really helpful for you. If it was, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button. I have one in the corner right here. Before I leave, I have a question of the day, and the question of the day is this: do you know any fonts with graphics? So I showed one in this video called Eveleth that also had graphics in them. Those fonts are really fun because you can use those fonts and take some of those graphics and use them in your t-shirt design, and you don't have to worry about it. If you start collecting a lot of those fonts like I have with all those graphics, you'll have a lot of graphics to choose from when making your t-shirts. So leave those in the comments if you know any fonts that have graphics. Maybe we can put together a video about those. So thanks so much for watching again, and if you want to see more videos on how to design t-shirts and trends on t-shirts, click on these videos right here. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.